Really?
Yeah, yeah. And yet, it was a risky move because had he not decided to step aside, it would probably have damaged him to having one of his great supporters. And
I'm a wreck. I'm a nervous wreck.
You?
Sure. I mean, it's a very intimidating world.
Listen, I don't know. I mean, it seems to be going pretty well right now. But have you thought about, if Donald Trump wins, have you thought about the possibility he might use the power of the federal government against you personally?
Did you hear about the Hollywood heavyweight who just knocked out Trump with words? George Clooney, the guy who usually saves the world in movies, decided to take on a real-life villain. But here's the kicker, Trump's comeback was weaker than a deflated beach ball. He called Clooney a fake movie actor. Seriously, Donnie? That's like calling water wet. Stay tuned to see how this A-lister left the orange menace fumbling for his Twitter password. Ever wonder what happens when a Hollywood heartthrob swaps his movie scripts for a political pen? Well, buckle up, folks, because George Clooney just did exactly that, and boy did he stir the pot. Picture this. Clooney probably on his millionth espresso, because let's face it, the man loves his coffee.
Yes.
No, I wrote the screenplay for Good Night, Good Luck, and Grant and I wrote it, and then we decided to try. We thought it was a good time to start hearing those words again from Murrow.
You're making your Broadway debut, which I found kind of crazy that you never.
It's pretty stupid.
You've never been on Broadway.
What are you getting at, Jim?
I'm getting at. You took a big swing, and thank God you hit that ball out because
it could have gone very badly.
It could have gone very, very badly.
Still go badly.
Decides to write about good old Joe Biden, but instead of singing praises, our silver-haired charmer dropped a bombshell that sent shockwaves through the political world. In his op-ed, Clooney suggested that Biden should step aside for a younger candidate. Ouch! Talk about a plot twist no one saw coming. It's like he took a page right out of a Hollywood blockbuster, but instead of aliens invading, it's common sense making a surprise appearance in politics. As you can imagine, this little coffee-fueled opinion piece spread faster than celebrity gossip at a hair salon. Political Twitter went absolutely bonkers. It was like watching a bunch of headless chickens, but with more hashtags and fewer feathers. Biden fans were clutching their pearls so hard you'd think they were auditioning for a pearl necklace commercial. Meanwhile, Trump supporters were rubbing their hands with glee, probably thinking, ha, even Hollywood's golden boy thinks Biden's past his expiration date. And the rest of America, well, they were wondering if maybe Clooney should stick to coffee commercials and leave the political commentating to the professionals. But here's the kicker, Clooney's words didn't just ruffle a few feathers, they sparked a full-on political wildfire. Suddenly, everyone and their grandma had an opinion on whether age matters in the Oval Office. It was like watching a real-time social experiment on how fast you can turn a casual comment into a national debate. And just when you thought things couldn't get any spicier, enter the orange elephant in the room, Donald Trump. Now, we all know Trump's not exactly known for his calm and measured responses, especially when it comes to celebrities criticizing him or his opponents. So naturally, everyone's waiting with bated breath for the inevitable tweet storm. Will Trump call Clooney Looney Clooney? Will he claim he's a better actor? Or will he somehow make this about his own hair? The suspense is killing us. It's like waiting for the next season of your favorite political drama, but with more real-world consequences and fewer attractive actors. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, Yaksho, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Well, folks, it looks like our favorite orange-tinted Twitter addict just couldn't resist the bait. Yep, you guessed it. Trump's tiny fingers got twitchy, and boy, did he unleash a storm on Truth Social. It's like watching a toddler throw a tantrum, but with worse spelling and more caps lock. So picture this, Trump probably mid-burger, extra ketchup, hold the vegetables, catches wind of Clooney's comments. Now, we all know Trump's not exactly known for his thick skin or ability to take criticism. So what does he do? He does what he does best. He starts tapping away on his phone like it owes him money. And let me tell you, the stuff he came up with was about as original as a knockoff Gucci bag from a street vendor. Trump, in all his wisdom, decided to call Clooney a fake movie actor. Wow, Donnie, did you stay up all night thinking of that zinger? I mean, come on. Even my grandma could come up with a better insult, and she thinks Instagram is a new type of Telegram. Of course, Trump's loyal followers ate it up like it was the gospel truth. They were cheering like he just discovered the cure for baldness, which, let's face it, would probably interest Trump more than actually running a country. Meanwhile, the rest of us were left wondering if Trump knows that movies are supposed to be fake. Maybe someone should tell him that The Apprentice wasn't a documentary, but here's where it gets good. Trump's little rant, it backfired harder than a rusty old pickup truck. Instead of making Clooney look bad, it just made him look even cooler. Nice job, Mr. President. You've officially made George Clooney the James Dean of politics. And you know what happens when Trump tweets, or Truth Socials, or whatever we're calling it these days. The internet explodes faster than you can say, "Cuff." Memes started popping up left and right, and let me tell you, they were more savage than a pack of hungry wolves at a vegan convention. One meme even showed Clooney in a superhero cape, swooping in to save the country from Trump's presidency. I mean, at this point, I'd take Batman over Trump any day. At least Batman can read without moving his lips. But the real kicker? One Twitter user hit the nail on the head with this gem. Clooney for president, at least we know he can read a script without needing cue cards. Ouch. Someone get the burn cream. Stat. It's like Trump forgot the first rule of the internet. Don't feed the trolls. Except in this case, he is the troll and he just fed everyone else. His reaction turned what could have been a minor blip on the radar into a full-blown PR win for Clooney. It's like he's playing 4D chess, but he's playing against himself and somehow still losing. The public sentiment shifted faster than Trump's loyalty to his staff. Suddenly, everyone was Team Clooney. People on social media were defending him left and right and mocking Trump's response like it was going out of style. It's almost like people prefer a charming, articulate movie star over a rambling, incoherent ex-president. Who would have thought? Just when you thought the Clooney versus Trump saga couldn't get any juicier, Jimmy Kimmel decided to throw his hat in the ring. The late-night host, known for his razor-sharp wit and Trump roasting skills, saw an opportunity he couldn't resist. It was like watching a shark smell blood in the water. Kimmel was ready to feast. Kimmel, grinning like he'd just found Trump's tax returns, invited Clooney onto his show. The audience was so tense you could hear a MAGA hat drop. Would Clooney play it cool or go full Hollywood on the Donald? The suspense was thicker than Trump's spray tan. To warm up the crowd, Kimmel took a few swings at Trump. He probably said something about Trump's hair looking like a corn husk, or his tweets sounding like they were written by a drunk toddler. You know, the usual Kimmel stuff, but everyone knew the main event was coming. Then in walks George Clooney, looking so suave he could make a potato sack look like a tuxedo. The audience went nuts, probably thinking, is this what it feels like when your country gets saved? Clooney, cool as a cucumber that's been chilling in the fridge since Obama was president, took his seat. Kimmel, barely containing his excitement, asked Clooney about running for president, and that's when it happened. Clooney, with the timing of a comedy pro, dropped the line that would set the internet on fire. I'll run if he does. Boom, the audience lost their minds. It was like they'd all won the lottery, and the prize was watching Trump squirm. You could practically hear Trump's Twitter fingers twitching from here. He was probably turning a shade of orange, even Crayola hasn't invented yet. Grumpy Trumpy was about to have a very bad day. Kimmel, meanwhile, looked like he just won an Emmy, a Grammy, and found a cure for baldness all at once. He was having the time of his life, probably thinking, this is why I got into late-night TV. Clooney's comeback became an instant classic faster than you can say kaffe. It was the kind of line that makes speechwriters weep with joy and political opponents reach for the aloe vera. Trump for once might actually be speechless, though let's be real, that's never stopped him from tweeting before. But hold on to your hairpieces, folks, because the real fireworks were just beginning. This was about to go more viral than a cat video narrated by Morgan Freeman. Social media was about to explode like Trump's ego after someone tells him his hands look big.